What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my main event breakdown and prediction for UFC 295. We got Alex Pereira going against Jiri Prochazka.
I need all the wins, yeah. All that and all that is. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
And we are back for another main event breakdown and prediction video. This week we are breaking down the main event for UFC 295. We have a light heavyweight championship. Alex Pereira going against Jiri Prochazka, a fight that was originally supposed to be the co-main event. The card was originally supposed to be headlined by John Jones, Stipe Miocic, in steps Sergey Pavlovich, and Tom Aspinall, and then they actually bumped this fight to the main event. Incredible main event. Really looking forward to the return of Jiri Prochazka, and really looking forward to seeing if Alex Pereira can become a light heavyweight champion after going and getting a championship at middleweight. I mean, it'd be an incredible thing to accomplish there for Alex Pereira. So really looking forward to breaking down this fight. Before we get into it, if you guys can please do me a favor, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. There'll be more content coming out throughout the week. My full card breakdown is already out. I did do a breakdown for the co-main event, the Aspinall-Pavlovich fight, and then I'll be getting out some more content throughout the week, DraftKings, Prize Picks, betting content as well. So a week filled with a ton of good stuff for UFC 295. I'm definitely looking forward to this card. So yeah, we're gonna get into it here. So we have Alex Pereira. We'll start with him. He's 36 years old, 6'4", with an 80-inch reach, 8-2 and 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Jiri Prochazka, he's 31 years old, 6'3", with an 80-inch reach, 29, 3-1 and 5-0 in his last 5 fights. We'll take a look at the odds here. And we have Alex Pereira opening up -150. He is currently sitting at -130. And then Jiri Prochazka opening up at +130. And he is currently sitting as a +110 underdog. So a couple things to mention. As most of you do know, this is going to be Alex Pereira's second fight at light heavyweight. He went up to light heavyweight for the first time against Jan Blachowicz. Looked good. The fight, I believe, was a split decision win. And, yeah, I don't really think it was a split. I think Alex Pereira, you got to pretty much give it to him. Damage over control, right, type situation. I thought he won the fight 29-28 pretty handily. So, yeah, it was a good performance going up there and beating Jan Blachowicz, who I'm not the biggest fan of Jan Blachowicz, but, you know, Jan's been doing his thing for a while now, and that's a good win. That's a good win overall. And Jiri Prochazka, we have not seen him in a while. He's been out for a year and 4 months. He's not fought in a very long time. He had that gruesome injury, had a surgery, and we have not seen him in a long time. So that's something to definitely mention on the Jiri side, because you know, that's a career-changing injury potentially. It's a long layoff, and since Jiri's been off, I mean, Alex Pereira's went out there and fought a couple times, right? So something to absolutely mention on the Jiri side. In terms of how this fight plays out, I think both guys are live to knock either guy out on the feet. Both guys have a massive 80-inch reach. Both guys have a ton of power, and both these guys hit like trucks. Jiri Prochazka has an 86% knockout rate. Alex Pereira has a 75% knockout rate. And on the flip side, their striking defense, both guys are not great. Alex Pereira, a 51% striking defense. Jiri Prochazka, a 40% striking defense. And I think we're giving him a little bit more credit than he deserves with that 40% striking defense, because he doesn't really have striking defense. And I talked about this on my full card breakdown prediction video. Jiri Prochazka, and I say this jokingly in a lot of fights a lot of times, but he blocks punches with his face. But literally, I mean, he literally blocks punches with his face. Like, you watch some of Jiri's fights, he's taking his head and like head-butting his opponent's punches. I mean, I've never really seen anything like it, and it's worked out for him, I suppose. I mean, he did get hurt in the Oezdemir fight with that strategy. He did get hurt in the Reyes fight twice. Looked like he got flash knocked out even with that up kick from Dominic Reyes, and then he even got hurt in the Teixeira fight. And Teixeira looked like he was about to finish him, but Teixeira jumped Gilly for some reason. So, although I do think Prochazka is super tough, I even think he's probably the guy that is more durable in this matchup. He does get hurt, and he has been hurt. And like I said, he's taken that layoff as well. Whereas with Alex Pereira, I think he's pretty hittable as well. I don't think he has the durability of Jiri, and that's something that really does scare me here. Because if you get hit by, clean by really either guy, you can go out. But, I do worry about the durability of Pereira a little bit, because we have seen Pereira get hurt a few times. Adesanya knocked him out. With that said, though, I feel like up at light heavyweight, maybe his durability is going to be a lot better, because, him cutting so much weight down to middleweight that had to affect the durability. So I'm kind of thinking, the move up to light heavyweight should help that durability a bit, but still, you don't want to get hit clean by a guy like Jiri Prochazka, a guy that has a ton of power. Obviously, Jiri has the wrestling edge, the grappling edge, but I went through, Jiri's career. That's not really something he does. He doesn't go for a lot of takedowns. He has one takedown in the UFC, just one, thus far. And I kind of feel like it'd be very wise for him to go out there and get takedowns. And if he does, I mean, Jiri submitted Glover, right? I mean, late in the fight or not, he submitted Glover at the end of the day, which is a very impressive thing out of nowhere too. So yeah, if Jiri is able to get down Pereira, I think he could sub him pretty easily. Pereira made Adesanya look like the best grappler in the world, and I think it was their first fight in the UFC. So yeah, but I kind of have a feeling Jiri's gonna go out there and stand and bang with Pereira. If he does that, and if he's blocking punches with his face, you don't want to eat a clean left hook from a guy like Pereira. You can get away with it against a guy like Uzdemir, a guy like Dom Reyes, a guy like Glover, but getting hit clean against Alex Pereira, I'm not sure that's going to work out for him. So I'm going to pick Pereira to win this fight. I'm going to pick him to win this fight by second round knockout, but you can't be shocked if either guy wins here. Jiri has the power to take off Pereira's head. Jiri has the submission game to submit Pereira if the fight hits the mat. So I get why people would be on the dog side of Jiri, but the injury really worries me. The layoff really worries me. The strike and defense really worries me. And the amount of activity as of late really worries me for the Jiri side. So, yeah, I do like Pereira here ever so slightly. It's not something I'm extremely confident in, but I'll pick Pereira to win as far as a pick goes. We do have all the odds out for this fight, and there are a few spots sticking out to me in this main event. So the over-under on a lot of books is set at 1.5, and the over is juice. People are betting the over, which I can maybe understand that. I wouldn't bet an over personally, but I could see this fight potentially lasting 7.5 minutes. I think that's on the table. But I like violence here. Both these guys, like I said, are hard hitters, very hard hitters, and both these guys are defensively irresponsible. I think that's going to lead towards a knockout, and then Jiri has the sub in his back pocket as well. And then both these guys have been finished in all their losses. Jiri has 3 losses, all 3 by finish. Pereira has 2 losses, both are by finish as well. So, yeah, both these guys can finish. Both these guys can be finished. So I wouldn't touch an over here. And I actually like the under 2.5 rounds. It's hard to see this fight lasting 12.5 minutes with, like I said, the way these guys fight. The under 2.5 rounds is currently sitting at -167. I think that's a solid look. And a fun fact, and I couldn't believe this number, but Jiri has 33 fights. 29 of them have finished under 2.5 rounds. That's ridiculous. That's like 90%. So I think somebody's getting served here under 12.5 minutes. And I like the under 2.5 quite a bit. I also don't mind like a shot on Jiri by sub. I saw plus 1,200 out there, just because if he does get the fight down to the mat, come on, he's probably subbing Alex Pereira. I don't think it's the most likely outcome, but plus 1,200, 12-1, I think that's a very, very interesting look this week. That's something I'll probably be hopping on. But I really do like the under 2.5 rounds. I think the under 2.5 is very much in play in a fight like this. So I'm going to take Pereira here. I'm going to take Pereira to win this fight by second round knockout, but I don't think I'll be betting the Pereira money line in this one. I don't want to go against a guy like Jiri. So, yeah, Pereira by knockout for me. Under 2.5 is my favorite bet on the fight. So there you have it. That is the main event breakdown and prediction. Alex Pereira, Jiri Prochazka, a main event that I'm really looking forward to. A main event that I've had circled for as soon as it's been announced, really. So really looking forward to that. Let me know down in the comments who you guys have. Let me know your best bet for the fight, if there's any spots sticking out to you. I like the under. I'm sure a lot of people like that over 1.5. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this fight. I'm really looking forward to this card. One of the best cards of the year on paper, I'd say. I'm really looking forward to this one quite a bit, from top to bottom, really, but especially this main event. All right, guys, best of luck for UFC 295. Be on the lookout for other content. The full card breakdown's already out. Take a look at the co-main event breakdown and prediction. That's going to be out. And then I'll also be getting out some prize picks, betting, and DraftKings content as well. Best of luck, everybody. And we'll talk to you very soon. See ya.